What's good, everybody? This is Mr. Composition, the MC that writes fiction, and Jujutsu Kaisen Chapter 251. Leaks and spoilers are out, and man, we got some goodness on here. Now, if you're new to the channel, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, notification bells on so you don't miss when I drop a new video. And these are by way of go_Jover at on Twitter. Now, chapter begins Yuta revealing that he copied Sukuna's curse technique by using the last remaining Sukuna finger, which, a lot of people in the community theorized, predicted, but we just didn't have confirmation, so this gives us confirmation, and this battle is pretty brutal, I must say, for sure. So it goes on to say both Yuji and Yuta engage in close level combat with Sukuna. Yuji is highly determined to end everything with this last chance. He even spits his blood at Sukuna's face as an attack. Yuji tells himself that this is the last chance to defeat Sukuna and bring back Megumi. Now, this is interesting because, we talked and we've seen, Yuji use this curse blood manipulation, and we're just all like, at what extent, can he use it? So this might confirm that it might have actually been Yuji that shot that piercing blood that was off panel. It didn't show who it was, and a lot of people assumed it was Yuji. Some people say, hey, it could have still been Choso, but where is Choso? We know he got donutted, but we don't know if he's actually like gone. So that's why this is very, very interesting. So Yuji spitting his blood on Sukuna's face, it makes sense later on when we find out, what ends up happening with that. Now, at this point, Sukuna realizes that his cursed energy output and control over Megumi's body has gotten pretty dull, So I think that even with that being said, I think that everything with Sukuna at this point is getting dull. His attacks, that's why I think even with what ends up happening later, it's not as fatal as it may seem, so we'll definitely see. Now, Sukuna, to counterattack, Sukuna disables Hollow Holler Wicker Basket and plans to unleash the world-cutting slash while trying to tank damage from Angel's Jacob's Ladder, which is kind of insane. He's just like, let me go ahead and let go of my defenses and tank this attack that's supposed to like utterly destroy me. But Yuji and Yuta has already predicted that Sukuna would make such a plan. They try to tie up Sukuna's hand while continuing to attack Sukuna. Yo, the jumping in this chapter is crazy. Yuta notices that Sukuna's slashes are getting weaker and decides to move closer towards Sukuna without fearing, which, again, a pretty fair assessment, Yuta cuts off one of Sukuna's arms, and Yuji makes the blood which he had spit on Sukuna's face explode. And he does the actual movements as well. Like, Yuji is doing the actual movements. Now, it would be crazy if this wasn't even Yuji, but it was Choso, like they swap souls or whatever. That would be crazy, but I think this is Yuji. He's saying over and over again, Megumi and everything like that. I don't think Choso in Yuji's body would be as passionate to get this done. Maybe because it's for his brother, but I don't know. But this is still dope. Yuji using this freaking technique. And so we find out, small flashback to Yuji narrating that souls can be basically be combined just a little, but they never truly become one, as per Yuki's notes. With that, Yuji says he will surely wake up Megumi's soul. Now, Hana adds that Angel's Curse technique is a good match for Yuji's plan. The plan is to separate Sukuna and Megumi's soul and dull Sukuna's tuning with Megumi's body and hit him with Jacob's ladder, which, pretty much what ends up goes down. While Rika and Yuji grab hold of Sukuna's arms, Yuta activates Angel's Curse technique, maximum output Jacob ladder. We see Sukuna burnt Chris after receiving that attack. Yo, these panels are insane. Just with the level like this, Yuji Rika team up is pretty fire. And we do see freaking Sukuna get him jacked up. Now, Yuji moves back and hits Sukuna with a soul attack punch while saying, "Wake up, Fushiguro." Yuji had calculated everything precisely, but Megumi's soul no longer had the will to live. Yuji sees Megumi repeatedly saying, "I don't care anymore," which is crazy because it's like, we finally get to see Megumi. And he's just all like, I don't care anymore. I don't want to deal with this. I just see my sister get burnt. I just see my friends getting burnt. I just see my sensei getting burnt. All while he's in my body. I can't take this anymore. But to be fair, Megumi, Sukuna murdered a lot. I know that these people are close to you, but I don't know if that can compare to the amount of people that Sukuna murked in Yuji's body. You know what I mean? Like, Sukuna is definitely murked a good chunk of people while in Megumi's body, specifically that close to Megumi, but I don't know. That's why I think Megumi should be able to come back pretty soon, but at least we're seeing Megumi, which is dope. Now, Sukuna immediately hits Yuka, Rika, and Yuji with the world-cutting slash. Like, everybody gets freaking slashed up. And it looks like, it says, narrator criticizes Sukuna for falling for a surprise attack. Well, but Maki enters the battle and pierces Sukuna with her soul splitter katana, which everybody was just like, "Where's Maki? Where's Maki? Where's Maki?" Actually, I think somebody predicted that Maki was gonna come like at the very end of the chapter, which, as we can see, definitely ended up happening. Maki looks focused, like somebody said that the way that Maki pulled up on Sukuna was how Toji had pulled up on Gojo. But it says narrator criticizes Sukuna saying for falling for a surprise attack by Maki. It's common practice among Jujutsu sorcerers and a mediocre plan which could have easily been avoidable by Sukuna. Now, editor's comments, a thrust from a demon with no cursed energy. And it looks like there is going to be a break next week, which is crazy, but it does allow for a lot of things to be, theorized. Now, this is wild. Do I think that Yuji and Yuta are dead? No. Somebody said that it looked like Yuji's arm that has the ring got chopped off, which we've seen Gojo's arm get chopped off. So there maybe Yuta's reverse curse technique is good enough to be able to bring that back, but they stated without that he wouldn't be able to use Rika, which is interesting. Do I think, again, Yuji and Yuta dead? No, because they've said multiple times that Sukuna, even though he's using his world cutting slash, it's not as powerful as it was when going against freaking Gojo and Kashima. So I think we have to take that into consideration. So This chapter was crazy. This chapter was crazy and super, super dope. Next chapter, 252, I'm thinking what may end up happening, we'll get some good, back and forth between Maki being in there. I think Yuta will reverse curse, bring his arm back, and then everybody will reverse curse technique themselves back to good to go. But then we have Maki in the mix, and we probably may get, because it like, you got Yuta, you got Maki, and you got Yuji. If Sukuna ends up murking another person, especially any one of those three, which we know it's not going to be Yuji's main character, um, then that should wake him up. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. What do you think is going to be what brings Megami back? Is Yuji gonna get another close up and be able to talk to him again? Be like, hey, your friends are still here. We need you, type of thing. Let me know in the comments. But yeah, this was a crazy chapter. We got a break next week, which sucks because I'm like, yo, we need to know. But thankfully, it's closer to the new chapter of Black Clover coming out since it comes out quarterly. Oh man, but anyways, it's Mr. Composition MC that writes fiction. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe, notification bells on so you don't miss when I drop a new video on the road to 5K. Make sure to check out the descriptions for my album Tame Chaos, just released last month, as well as my books and my comics. All of that and more. All right, y'all. Be easy. Peace.